Hey guys, welcome back to the DMV channel. I'm Jeff Dixon and Isaiah is behind you on the camera. And today we're going to put a Ford 8.8 in our LS Swap Miata. Now I found this rear end on, not Springfield, but Oklahoma Facebook Marketplace. I had to drive 3.5 hours to get it, but I only paid $100 for it. And it's the gear ratio I wanted and it has track lock in it. So it was a great find. It was definitely worth the drive. And the guy that owned it actually said it came out of the car at 25,000 miles. He went to a different gear ratio and he's, I think, the only owner of the car, I think. But so I'm pretty excited about the rear end. So today we're gonna get it out, put the new one in, and that's what we're gonna spend our time doing. It ought to be a busy weekend for this. I think the 8.8 is probably the best candidate for an LS swap. There's tons of aftermarket parts for it. In my opinion, it dominates the market for rear ends. I mean, they are everywhere. Jeep guys use them, hot rod guys use them. They are everywhere. And they're dirt cheap and they're bulletproof. They, in my opinion, they replaced the Ford 9-inch. That's arguable. People still make a Ford 9-inch, but the 8.8 is almost just as bulletproof. So let's get to work and let's see if we can get this old rear end out. Okay, a little bit of change in plan. It's hot, so I went and got a cold pop, and when I came back, Isaiah is working, so he wanted to do a little work, and I'm obliged to let him. Yep. So I'm gonna do the montage. So, man, I'm getting old. Hey, back in my day, we didn't lift heavy stuff and we liked it. Okay, so I have the factory rear end. This was a 1.6 car, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, it didn't have a motor in it. But factory rear end out of the Miata 8.8. You can just see the massive difference. So the 8.8 is in reference to the ring gear diameter. So Ford 9-inch, which is the hailed, beloved track rear end for like drag cars. And a Ford 9-inch swaps out the front, so they're real popular that way because it's easy to change the gear ratios. The 8.8 is almost a 9, right? 8.8. This, I'm not sure what the factory Miata rear end is, but man, it looks like a 6 or smaller. I mean, it looks like a 6-inch maybe. It's a tiny little ring gear. You can see the ring gear diameter is in this area right through here. So look how much smaller this is than this one. And this one's a little crusty. Like I said, it came out of a 90s model Ford T-Bird. But what we got to do, let me grab the bracket. I'll be back. All right, so what we have to do is get, and this is really simple. I think this is going to be so much quicker than the front end was. Let's see if I can get it on here. My little table, you know what this table used to be like for my clay pigeon thrower? So we'd use it. We usually have pretty big Thanksgiving and Christmas party, and we would shoot clay pigeons and have fun. So this is gonna go in This is a train wreck. Let me just show you how simple this is. Yeah, basically like that. So we'll have to come up with some ears and mounts and yada yada yada. Okay, we'll get her done. Let's get to work.
Put your hands together, yeah. Put your hands together, yeah.
All right, we got the back all mocked up and it went pretty well. I added a plate on top of this. This metal is just so thin on this. So I added a plate and then I put some flange nuts into the plate and we've got our bushings. So the goal was to mount the bushings at the same angle so that as the rear end twists and moves around, it's mounted the same in the front as it is in the back. But I think this turned out pretty good. I think it's a good solution. It really does astound me how lightweight all this Miata stuff is, but it's a tiny little car. It was never meant for a V8. So anyway, now on the front, I've already got one of these mocked up, my idea, but basically I'm making a cup and I'm putting a flange nut in it and I've hold sawed out some heavier metal and put on top, and we'll weld it in there, and then we're gonna add gussets to the sides and gusset it up, and that's about it. So let's get to welding.
Put your hands together, yeah. 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 Wait.
That's it. We've got the 8.8 mounted in our Miata subframe. It's gonna work great for our LS swap. I'm so happy you joined us. Next week, we're gonna put these on!